Since the governor of Central Bank introduced the withdrawal limit last month, he was summoned to the House of Representatives and he refused to, attend. But even after then, the withdrawal limit has been increased. But I feel that that did not satisfy these people, the cabals, because they feel that they would not be able to have enough money to share on the election day. I feel that EMEFIELE has stepped on a lot of toes, and these people are trying to get back at him. Let's not forget, back in 2014, after Sanusi announced to the whole of Nigeria that both the House of Senate and House of Representatives spend 25% out of, a whole 100% income that Nigeria gets monthly. 25% of that goes to the House of Representatives and the Senate. Since then, they started going after him. Similar accusation like terrorism financing was raised against him back then. He won the case in court, and at the end of the day, federal government had to pay him 50 million naira as repatriation after he won the case. Without further ado, before we go into the details of today's news, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe, like this video, help us grow so that this video gets recommended to other YouTube viewers as well. Without further ado, let's delve right into the details of today's news. The uncertainty over whether or not Godwin Emefiele, governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN), is truly wanted for arrest by the Department of State Services (DSS) has been cleared by Nigerian lawyer and activist Femi Falana. According to Mr. Falana, Mr. Emefiele has been quietly declared wanted by the DSS over terrorism financing allegations. Additionally, the respected lawyer also confirmed that Mr. Emefiele is not in Nigeria at the moment. Mr. Falana made this known during his appearance on an interview with Channels Television on Sunday night. In lieu of this, Mr. Falana urged President Muhammadu Buhari to step in and ensure order, citing that Nigeria needs to act maturely as so much is expected of us as Africa's largest nation. He said, "I can say without any fear that Mr. Godwin Emefiele is not in Nigeria, but he has been quietly declared wanted by state security services. This can only happen in a banana republic where the CBN governor would be accused of a grave offense, which is terrorism financing." Mr. Falana went on to reveal that the former CBN governor Lamido Sanusi was also accused of terrorism financing in 2014, a case in which he won and was granted 50 million naira in repatriations. The details are not outlined, and these guys play on our collective intelligence because they know we are forgetful. In 2014, his predecessor, former Emir of Kano, Lamido Sanusi, was equally accused of terrorism financing when he was attending a meeting with governors of African central banks. When he landed in Lagos, he was arrested. He challenged the federal government in a high court, which was later discovered that he was being investigated for terrorism financing. He won the case, and the allegation of terrorism financing was dismissed and awarded 50 million naira in repatriations. You can't have such serious allegations against the governor of a central bank and on their removal that nothing has happened, Mr. Falana warned. Mr. Falana also urged that so much is expected of Nigeria as the most populous black nation on earth, urging for maturity from everyone involved. There is no country in the world where a central bank governor would be sent packing so ingloriously, chased out of a country. As the federal government considered the enormous implications and effects of a wanted governor of the CBN on the economy, that is why the court struck out the case. If you have evidence he has committed the offense, you do not need a court order to arrest him. I expect the DSS to come out with allegations, and if EMEFIELE won't return to the country, file a charge at the Federal High Court, but the government must not engage in cheap blackmail. I am flabbergasted that the president has not intervened and called the state security services to order and also order EMEFIELE to return to the country. The only reason the president is quiet is because they are acting on his orders, nothing else. If we can't go, we can't go on like this as if we are operating in a banana republic. It is embarrassing. We must be serious. So much is expected of us. He added that no court in Nigeria has the power to confer immunity on any citizen, adding that if you are not one of the 74 people that has immunity in Nigeria, that is the president, vice president, governors and deputy governors, no other person can enjoy immunity. Speaking on the impact of Mr. EMEFIELE's continued absence from his position as the head of Nigerian Central Bank, economists have warned that this happening during a transition time like this does not augur well for the economy. This is especially so as palpable issues pertaining to the availability of new naira notes are surfacing. Dr. Dan Atuma, an economist and social affairs analyst, said Mr. EMEFIELE's absence robbed the cashless transition exercise of public confidence. It may send a wrong signal to the foreign investment society, he said. Patrick Duma, another economist, said in times like this, the CBN governor is supposed to be giving the Nigerian public daily briefings of how well the process is progressing, with barely 3 weeks to conclude it. Guys, let me know what you all think in the comment section. Subscribe if you haven't. I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.